Hi, good morning. Hi to you. If you're taking this class in the morning, good morning. If you're taking in the afternoon, good afternoon. Should I say good evening or good night? Uh, I'm glad to be with you once again for another session. Elisha Dasloma is my name, and we're here for the other way that we can discuss the lesson that we are covering briefly. And throughout this class, we'll talk about why do we eat and why do we prefer specific types of foods. You find ourselves that we eat. We take meals in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening. And we prefer some types of food. Some of those kind of food, we find ourselves just preferring them. So why do we like specific types of food? And this is very good concern, because working through it will help us to realize how different types of food can impact our health, whether they are types of food that we enjoy eating them or we eat them often, but we can find ourselves make better choices when it comes to food and what we eat, because what we eat matters a lot. Why do we eat? May God bless you as you move with me throughout the lesson. So let's go straight to it. Why do we like food? Specific types of food, and why do we eat? I think we should first of all go for a question. Why do we eat? Why do we eat? That's the first question we are responding to. We eat food because of so many reasons. There are social reasons, biological reasons, and many more. And let's talk about why do we eat first, and then we'll go for why do we prefer this kind of food over the other. So why do we eat? Have you ever asked yourself? Well, I eat because I am hungry. Why do you eat? You have not. You haven't responded to the question. You have just dodged the question. I'm eating because I would prefer this kind of food. So if you don't have that kind of food, do you still proceed to eat? So the reason why do we eat? As human beings, the one major reason why do we eat and why do we prefer specific types of food is that there are biological reasons. Biological reasons. That our body needs nutrients that must be supplied to our cells. Our cells need building blocks. So biological reason, whether you enjoy it or you don't, whether you are hungry or you're not, we need to eat due to the first main reason, biological reason. We need nutrients because water, carbohydrates, protein, vitamins, lipids, minerals, all are needed in our system. And our body needs those nutrients as building blocks, as to provide energy, because our cells at the lowest level in our body need the nutrients. So that is the first reason. We eat because of biological reason. When it comes for you to eat, please eat because we eat because it is first of all the biological reason. Biological reason. And we expect that by eating as a biological reason, that is the first reason. The second reason is social reason. Why do we eat? When you talk of social reason, there are so many factors. There are social reasons that make us eat specific types of food or make us eat this or not eat that. There are so many factors in social reason. When you talk of social reason, all other reasons, most of the reasons fall under this social reason. For instance, there are factors such as diet as a child. When we were young children, we were introduced to 10 types of food, and we ate those kind of food. And the first type of food usually is mother's milk. Infants should be fed with exclusively breastfeeding, that they should be given only mother's milk for the first 6 months. Sometimes we find ourselves that we would want to introduce other things apart from breastfeeding, but it is more healthier for a newborn to have exclusive breastfeeding. Let me repeat this again. We eat food, more types of food, due to social reasons. Social reason. Apart from biological reasons, that is the need for our body to have a supply of nutrients as building blocks, and for energy reasons. There are social reasons why we eat specific types of food. And those factors are so many. The first factor is diet as a child. The first type of meal that we usually eat is usually mother's milk. But however, as time goes, we are introduced to other types of food. It is advised that we should exclusively have breastfeeding unless otherwise has been recommended by a nutritionist, a person, by a doctor, or somebody who is more knowledgeable in the area and assessing the mother's ability to breastfeed and the child's ability or the child's ability to take that kind of milk, and consistency or availability of the food. And apart from that, breastfeeding, basically exclusive breastfeeding is the best option. But after we grown up from mother's milk, we are introduced to other types of food. So we expect that diet as a child is one factor that influences us. Types of food that we are not fed when we are young, we tend to avoid them when we are grown up. Or types of food that we have been more introduced to, we tend to like them when we are grown up, either negatively or positively. Diet as a child has influence to our food choices. Another reason that influences our choices is socioeconomic status. Socioeconomic status. Our status in as far as socioeconomic can also influence our choices. We eat this kind of food because we can afford them economically, because they are socially accepted, because our society eat those kind of things. And that is another reason, socioeconomic status. Not all choices are good choices. For instance, a person who has chips eggs or chips chicken, and a person who has ugali and matembele, those are the vegetable, and fish will have both protein, carbohydrate, vitamins, and the person who has only chips eggs will have protein, fats, and carbohydrate, no vitamins there. And so socioeconomic status can influence our food choices. The other reason that influence our food choices is ethnicity. Your society, what the society eat, that can influence our food choices as well. And it's better if we choose the options that are more healthier and more also friendly with us. But as far as this is concerned, it also influences our choices. The other factor that influences our food choice in a social reason is usually advertisement. When we go for advertisement, advertisement can influence our choices. You go out there and you find big billboard, a very attractive poster, food depicted or taken in a very beautiful way, attractive. Advertisement can influence you take something that you never preferred, or you never wanted to, or because you have been influenced by that advertisement. The other thing that influences our food choices in a social reason is flavor. Okay, you want this kind of food because of good flavor. I don't give examples here because people's brand can suffer sincerely. There are types of brands that have a certain kind of flavor, and people love those kind of food because of their flavors. But they're not as healthy as they should be. For instance, all the sodas, it doesn't matter from Bonite, from Coca-Cola company or Pepsi company, they're of different flavor, and they're not as nutritious as other types of drinks, but due to their flavor, people can enjoy drinking them, and they will drink them more often. The other option that the reason which makes our preference for different types of food choices is texture. How coarse or how smooth that what you eat is in your mouth. How does it how is the texture? How does it feel within your mouth? Is it rough? Is it smooth? The texture can influence our food choices. Now, those are some of the reasons. But the other reasons, like nutrient composition and our need in our body, that is one of the reasons why we need to take some food, and we prefer some type of food. Totally, the intake of protein, fat, carbohydrate is about the need in our body is about 500 grams per day. But how much do we eat? The nutrient composition of diet and the human body. The mineral intake is usually like 20 grams per day. The vitamin total is less than 5 milligrams. Those others are grams, but with vitamins we expect that is less than 300 milligrams. So those are some of the reason why we usually take our food and why we prefer some types of food. Now, when we make right choices or good choices in the food that we eat, there are several steps or several bases, several foundation, several practical steps in making those sound and responsible decisions, as far as making the right decision. We have seen that biological reason is what influences our food choices, and that's what makes us eating. We also see social reasons, ethnicity, advertisement, diet as a child, and other. We also saw that there's a need in our body. Now, what are the practical steps so that we can make the right decision or food choices for the best of our health? There are several practical steps. Number one, very spelled in a capital letter, bold: consume a variety of foods. Consume a variety. Remember, a variety. If you want to be healthy, consume a variety of food. Don't overconsume any one type of food. You are eating the ugali as big as possible. No. Consume variety. You're not just getting this type of food over and over and over and over, and you're eating a lot of that. But rather, consume variety. More fruits, more vegetables, more mixture of all elements. Make sure there's a representation. Some vitamins, some minerals, some carbohydrates, protein, lipids, all nutrients are featured. Remember the previous class. The other practical step, number two, moderation. Moderation. Be moderate. You don't overconsume one thing, but be moderate. Eating too much is not helpful, but eating timely and eating a required amount is okay. Then number three, the other practical step, nutritional density. Okay, this is the ratio of nutrients needs met by food to energy needs. When you choose your food, you definitely choose the food with nutrient density. The ratio of nutrients needs met by food to energy needs. You don't choose a food that because it's just interesting to you, but what does it do to your health? And with that, you can notice that there's some choices that are not very healthy, such as the drinks that have too many calories but less or more or less nutritious. But there are other kind of drink which are not that sweet, but they are more nutritious. But the other reason, the other practical step in making sound decision in food choices is energy density. Energy content per weight of food. How much energy do you need from that food? And how much does that food has in terms of energy in calories? So energy density. If you have activities that needs a lot of calories, you'll need food that match with your activity. If you don't have the activity that much, you also have food choices that move with your choices. But those are some of the practical steps. Now let's go to the 3 stages or states of nutritional health. There's balanced nutrition, undernutrition, and overnutrition. When you talk of balanced nutrition, the nutrients that you're taking are balanced. When you talk of undernutrition, you are eating, yes, but it is less nutritious. The nutrients that you are taking is below the minimum, below the average. When you talk of overnutrition, you're talking about nutrients above or more than what you need in your body. So those states of nutritional health, we expect that your health will be in balanced nutrition for you to be healthy enough and for you to take right food. Now, in measuring nutritional status, there are several measures that can be used to understand the health status of an individual. Several measures are usually employed. Now, you can check this, the health of an individual by checking their height. Those are in measuring nutrition status. You can check someone's height. Your height must also match with your weight. If you are of this height, we expect that it is best expected that your body weight also will move, or you'll have a limit. From here you'll be overweight, from here you'll be underweight, from here you are normal weight. So height is one of the measure, but also weight. In regard to your height, there's a weight that is we say you are healthy or you are not healthy, whatever it is. But also the percent of body fat is another indicator or measure of nutrition status. The other thing is food diary and other measures. Now let's check on something here, the calorie and nutritional density. When you talk of caloric or energy density, the content is provided per gram of food weight. For instance, food with high in calories like fried foods and sweets have more calories but less nutritious. They have a lot of calories. They are high in calories. Okay, fried food and sweets and soda, those are high in calorie. As the measure of caloric and nutritional density, they are high. In contrary, we have others which are low. For instance, they are low in caloric and nutritional density. Those which are low, like many fruits and vegetables, are low in caloric and nutritional density. And fruits and vegetables, they are low in calories, but they are more nutritious. That means they are more healthier, but low in calories. You need calories, yes, but you don't need food that pump a lot of calories but less nutritious. For instance, sodas pump a lot of calories to your body, but they are less nutritious. There's no one single soda which has fruits. They are formulas that resemble or taste like this, the same as certain fruit, flavors and colors and all this, with a lot of sugar that is not more needed by your body. But apart from the caloric and nutritional density, we have something else that is nutritional density. When you talk of nutritional density, this ratio is derived by dividing a food's contribution to nutrient needs by its contribution to energy needs. For instance, the one that is high, like milk, and the one that is low, that is soda. You could have, here we are looking of which kind of food is loaded with nutrients, and the density of the nutrients that you are having is better than the other. With the nutritional density is different from caloric and nutritional density. With nutritional density, it's milk will be higher in nutritional density, and soda will be low in nutritional density. How do you calculate? You calculate by calorie of food per weight of food in grams, okay, times the percentage of value of vitamins or minerals that we have in our body, or we need per day or daily. So milk will be higher in nutritional density, and soda will be lower in nutritional density. What is calorie? No, calorie is it's a measure, or it's a unit that is usually used to measure energy derived from carbohydrate, protein, and fats. And the unit we use to measure is called calorie. So we can get energy from carbohydrate, we can get energy from protein, we can get energy from fat, we can get or lipids, and the unit that is usually used to measure that energy derived from those carbohydrate, protein, and fats is usually called the calorie. How do we calculate calorie? Right after this break, we'll go to calculate calorie. You can take a break, and when you come back, we can proceed. We will calculate calorie, and that will be very important. Take a break, and we'll proceed into calorie calculation. I'll be back. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. In the previous session, in the first part of this class, we talked about the nutrients and different types of food that we have, and we covered why do we eat and why do we like specific types of food. We noted that there's a biological reason that makes us prefer or eat some food. There are social reasons which makes us eat or prefer some certain types of food. We talked about those social reasons, such as diet as a child, socioeconomic status. We also talked about ethnicity, advertising, flavor, texture, and many more. We also saw that in eating or in consuming our food, we take there are different measures, but or there are different steps that are taken for us to have practical steps in having our food benefiting us. And one practical step to your life is consuming variety of food, and don't overconsume. Other steps, practical steps to make better choices. We saw that is moderation, nutrition to be moderate, nutrient density, and energy density. And we went on and discussed 3 states of nutrition health: balanced nutrition, undernutrition, and overnutrition. And we noted that the unit which is used to measure energy derived from protein, carbohydrates, and lipids is called calorie. And we were up to a point to calculate calories. Now, for 1 gram of carbohydrate, you can write this down. For 1 gram of carbohydrate, we expect to have 4 calories. We can get energy from carbohydrates. 1 gram of carbohydrate can yield 4 calories. We say calorie is a unit that is usually used to measure energy derived from carbohydrate, protein, and lipids. So 1 gram of carbohydrate yield 4 calories. However, 1 gram of protein also has 4 calories. More of the same as carbohydrate, but our body does not store extra protein, but it only takes the required amount and the rest will be flushed out. We need protein as a building block, but in the scarcity of carbohydrate, the body also can extract energy from protein to its benefit. So 1 gram of protein also has 4 calories. However, 1 gram of alcohol. What is alcohol? Alcohol is a product of carbohydrate produced by fermentation process. If you ferment carbohydrate, you get alcohol. There's no any alcohol as which is fermented by protein, but rather all alcohol is usually product of carbohydrate produced by a process of fermentation. But 1 gram of alcohol has 7 calories. Now that's a lot. However, surprisingly, 1 gram of fat or lipids, fat and oil, has 9 calories. That's a lot. 9 calories. So 1 gram of fats or oil, or basically lipids, has 9 calories. I'll repeat with you. 1 gram of carbohydrate has 4 calories. 1 gram of protein has 4 calories. 1 gram of alcohol has 7 calories. And 1 gram of lipids or fat and oil has 9 calories. So as you make your food choices, you make right choices. You can calculate now how many calories can you have in each type of food. This is very important. So, and this is very good foundation as we make the right choices for our food choices. Now, let's check our weight. The measure that can help us to check if you are in a healthy weight or in overweight or underweight, we use body mass index or BMI. How do you calculate body mass index? Now take a piece of paper and write it down. Take your height in centimeter. For instance, I have a height of 175. Okay? Or I have 220. So you take your height in centimeter. That's the first thing. Take your height in centimeter. Then convert it into meter. How do you convert? Simply divide your height in centimeter by 100, and then you get your height in meter. So if you had 175 divided by 100 to be 1.75, and then square it, then write your answer. How do you square it? that answer that you got, then you take that answer times the same answer. You square it. Everyone has that basic mathematics. You square it. And then after you square it, write your answer. This will be your last height. This will be your last height. So you take your height, divide by 100, then square that answer. Then write down your answer. That's your last height. Now take your weight, divide. Okay, step 1. We have already taken our height, divide by 100, take that answer, multiply by the same answer, you get your answer. That is your first height, your last height. And then take now the last part, take your weight, divide by your last height. And then here comes your answers. Your answer will confirm your BMI category. You are in which BMI category? We're talking about body mass index. That answer, after you have taken your height, divide by 100, your height in centimeter, then you have taken your answer, and then square it, and then take your weight, divide by that last answer, and then here your result will confirm your BMI. If your answer is below 18.5, you are underweight, my friend. You are underweight. It's not healthy to be underweight. You need to have rest, eat well, drink more water, make sure you have balanced diet, have time to rest, do exercises. It's good for everyone. See how you can improve your health to be in a better weight rather than underweight. When you are underweight, there's a problem. Your immunity suffers. You are more likely to be affected by diseases, and if you are affected, even healing is prolonged. It's a long process, so it's not very healthy. But if your answer is falling under between 18.5 to 24.9, then you are in a normal weight. That's congratulations, normal weight. You are in a normal weight. You need to maintain that, and you also need to have exercise, drink water, enough water, have time to rest, eat healthy, continue having normal weight, but make sure you have exercise, have sunshine, have time to rest, and that's you're already in a normal weight. And make sure you maintain your health in a good status. But if your answer is falling under 25.0 to 29.9, you're overweight. You are overweight. I'm sorry, you are overweight. You need to have exercises, have healthy living, and you can still correct that. It's still under your control to correct that. But if your answer is falling 30 and above, then I'm sorry, that is alarming, and that is a problem already. You are obese. I'm sorry, you are obese. You can notice that underweight and obese are all red. That is to say, this is the extreme low weight, this is an extreme overweight. That means you have exceeded 30% beyond your healthy weight. So you need to have a practical healthy living. Now, you can notice that in this class, why do we eat food and why do we prefer specific types of food? And we to review, you can take right practical steps by consuming a variety of food. Don't overconsume one type of food. or any one type of food, be moderate. Look for nutrient density, ratio of nutrients needs met by food to energy needs. Also, you need to check the energy density. Choose healthy. Apart from, instead of you drinking tea, you could have porridge. Instead of you drinking soda, you could use milk. Make right choices. And when you are choosing your food, you need to have balanced nutrition. You don't have to wait until you are recommended by a doctor to have balanced diet. You need balanced diet every day. And in the next class, we'll continue to talk and review the measures of nutritional status. Elisha Elias Loma is my name. I am happy that you are with me. In the next session, we'll proceed with nutrition, but particularly talking about those measures of nutritional status. Have a good time. May God bless you. I'm praying for you that you should do well and keep well the body that you have been given by God to take care of. May God bless you. Have a wonderful time. Have a good time.